Hi everyone, welcome to the project kickoff meeting for the Paymentech Pay tool. The Paymentech Pay tool is a Chase Paymentech call center's in-house built payment tool which will enable our customers to make payments via ACH and debit cards through our call center. As we go through today's goals, we would focus on understanding the business problem, why we need to build this particular tool, and what are the disadvantages if we don't have a tool available. And then we'll move on to defining the minimum viable product for this project. What are the minimum features that we need to include for this product? And finally, update on the timeline for the delivery, as this project will be delivered in multiple phases. So without further ado, I'll take you to the problem statement. Currently, we have a third-party payment solution that has enabled our agents to take payments via ACH and debit card from our customers. And just in the last year, we have taken payments approximately 300 million and will continue to do so in the subsequent years. The problem with the current solution is it is going away by the end of Q3 next year. As it's a third-party solution, the company has made it clear there will not be any extension for this tool, as they themselves are focusing on decommissioning the tool. So we either have an option to go to a new vendor who can help us create a similar tool, or we can build a tool in-house to satisfy our needs. We have decided to build the in-house tool, and that is our Paymentech Pay tool. Without a method to take phone payments, we'll be forcing our current customers to make payments via physical locations such as branches or ATMs, and which might be a PR nightmare as well as downright life-threatening for those customers, especially during this pandemic. Now that we understand the problem, let's look at the benefits of building this tool. The first important benefit that we get is the improved customer experience. Although we have other avenues available for making payments, such as self-service tools, making payments via mobile or using the app or web pages, etc., a lot of customers prefer calling our call center and making payments through the phone channel. And the payment tool is the only option through which our agents will be able to take payments once they call us. Hence, it provides that improved customer experience for those customers who prefer talking to our agents. Closely related to that is the agent experience. If we want our agents to do a good job, we should provide them all the important tools that are necessary for them to make those payments. And the Paymentech Pay tool is one such example. Without a proper tool, we are asking the agents to inform customers to make payments in a branch or ATM, and we cannot force the conversation to make customers pay. Hence, it also increases the agent satisfaction. And finally, we have a huge problem with write-offs. And one of the reasons for write-offs is customers do not have a good avenue to make those payments. So building this payment tool and further enhancing them in the future would provide the customers required information to make the payments, and then thereby not allowing their accounts to charge off. Now the next, we'll look at what is the MVP that we have defined for this product. For this particular product, we have decided to focus on same-day ACH payments, one-time payments only, and that would include returns, exceptions, and the postings would be automatically posted to the system. We also have agreed to a pre-approved set of fraud and cyber controls, which we have worked with the fraud teams and the cyber teams and got their approval upon. So we'll be applying those controls into the MVP. The fraud controls that we have agreed on today are calling the bad bank API, which essentially stores all the accounts that were used in the past for fraudulent activities, and if the customer gives one such account, we would be able to stop the transaction. Similarly, we have also tied up with third-party solutions such as Early Watch System, which would look for any fraudulent activities on their end and provide us information about those accounts. So with these fraud controls, we feel we have enough features that can help us launch the MVP. And finally, on the customer communication, there are certain regulations which ask us to provide important communication to the customers whenever they choose to make payments via this tool. So as soon as a customer agrees to make payments, they will either get a text message or an email, depending on how they are set up in the system, to confirm that they agree to make these payments, and then we will be conforming to the law standards. The next slide gives a good view about what are the features available in the existing solution and how we are planning to build it for our MVP and for our future enhancements. As I mentioned earlier, the MVP will focus on ACH with the minimum agreed fraud controls and cyber controls, and will make the data available for analytical purposes. In the future enhancements, we would work towards building the debit card rails, and we'll also work towards real-time fraud control and real-time monitoring. We'll further work on enhancing the cyber qualities, as that is also important for any tech company. Based on these features and a tremendous amount of work in the background, the project team is able to project out the timelines for this project in different phases. The phase 1, which includes the minimum viable product that we discussed earlier, will be delivered by the end of Q1 2021. The ACH transactions alone cover for around 80% of the total transactions that we get through phone payments. So just with the phase 1 delivery, we would be able to get 80% of the value that we get from the current tool. On Q2 of next year, we would focus on the real-time controls and real-time monitoring. This is important for us to solidify the tool that we have built and to ensure we are not opening ourselves to any risks. And finally, in Q3 of next year, we would be working on the debit card payments. Now, the debit card side is completely unknown, and we still have a lot to unpack in that area. Teams have to get together and focus on understanding the level of effort, which is why the Q3 21 timeline is sort of tentative, depending on what the tech teams decide. These timelines can be extended. However, we are confident about the phase 1 and phase 2 delivery. As I mentioned earlier, phase 1 alone will capture 80% of the value that we need from this project, and the phase 3 is focusing only on the remaining 20% of the value. With that, I'll conclude the kickoff meeting, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have around this project delivery. Thank you.